This is Mette Frederiksen, Prime Minister of Denmark.
Look, who is this? I'm a very busy man, very, very busy. Greenland! Everybody knows Greenland is tremendous, absolutely tremendous. And you're telling me you're the Prime Minister? Really? I'm not sure you understand the importance of this. This is big league stuff.
Yes, I am. And I do understand the importance. Greenland is incredibly important to Denmark.
Look, I'm trying to be very generous here. Very, very generous. Greenland, it's a beautiful place. Tremendous. You telling me it's important? I know it's important. It's strategically important. Believe me, I know more about strategy than anybody, more than the generals, frankly. They came to me, they said, Mr. President, Greenland, it's vital. And you're sitting there, a prime minister. I don't even know how you got that position, frankly, telling me it's important. You're doing a terrible job if you don't see what a fantastic opportunity this is. A tremendous opportunity. You want to hold on to it? You're letting it rot.
With all due respect, sir, I assure you, we understand the strategic considerations. But Greenland isn't simply a piece of land to be acquired. It's a part of the Kingdom of Denmark. It's home to our citizens.
Citizens? Really? You're hiding behind citizens? Look, I deal with citizens all the time. Very important citizens. The best citizens. And they understand opportunity when they see it. And this is a tremendous opportunity for you. You're not seeing it. You're being foolish. Very foolish. Right. You're letting your citizens down. A lot of them probably want to be Americans, frankly. They're smart people. They see what a mess your country's become. Believe me, they come up to me all the time. Mr. President, we want to be American. We want the best. We want you. And you're holding them back. You're being very unfair. Very, very unfair. And you're lecturing me about fairness?
Sir, with respect, that's simply not accurate. The people of Greenland have repeatedly expressed their desire to remain a part of Denmark.
What did you just say? Their wishes? Really? You're hiding behind some poll numbers? Rigged, probably. Rigged. Look, these people, they're being told what to say. They don't know what's good for them. You got them brainwashed. They think they're Danish. They're living in a fantasy, a very sad fantasy, and you're letting them believe it. I know Greenland. I know what's best for Greenland. It needs leadership, strong leadership, and frankly, you're not providing it. You're weak. Very weak. And what about the minerals, the resources? You're sitting on a gold mine, practically, a tremendous gold mine. And you're letting it go to waste. I'd be developing it, bringing jobs, making it great again. Believe me, Greenland could be fantastic, but you're holding it back. You're a roadblock, a very sad roadblock. Are you even listening to me? Do you even understand the opportunity here? It's massive, absolutely massive. And you're just blocking it. Why? Because you're stubborn? Because you're Danish? This isn't about Denmark. This is about the future, a bright, beautiful future for Greenland. And you're ruining it. Tell me, are you even authorized to make a deal? I have serious doubts, very serious doubts.
Sir, with all due respect, I am authorized to speak on behalf of the Danish government and the people of Greenland. And I assure you, they do not want to be saved. They want their voices to be heard. They want to determine their own future. It's a matter of self-determination, a principle I believe you should respect. And regarding these resources, we are, of course, aware of Greenland's potential. Denmark is committed to sustainable and responsible development of those resources in partnership with the Greenlandic people. It's not about exploitation, it's about shared prosperity decided by them. Frankly, sir, I find your assumptions about the people of Greenland deeply disrespectful. They are not easily swayed, and they are not naive. They have a deep connection to their culture and their land, and they value their relationship with Denmark. Perhaps you misunderstand the nuances of international relations. This isn't about strength or weakness. It's about respecting sovereignty and the will of a people. I am listening, sir, and I am hoping that you will listen too.
Respect? You're lecturing me about respect? After that ridiculous speech? Honestly, look, I'm hearing a lot of talk about respect and sovereignty. Very nice words, very weak words. You know, the generals, they use strong words. They understand strength. You're talking like you're lecturing a college professor. I am the president of the United States, the most powerful country in the world, and you're telling me about lecturing? This isn't a debate club. This is about reality. And the reality is Greenland needs help. Serious help, and it's not getting it from you. Let's be honest, your country is, well, let's just say it's not exactly booming. You're not exactly setting the world on fire, are you? And what about these booming resources you're talking about? You're sharing them. That's what you're doing. That's a disaster, a total disaster. You're wasting them. You're letting them rot. You think I don't know about these people? I do. They see what's happening here. They see the opportunities. They want what I can give them. Believe me. They come to me. They say, Mr. President, we want the best. We want security. We want prosperity. They're smart people. They're not stupid. And frankly, this whole Greenlandic people thing, you're manipulating them. You're using them to justify your own weakness, a very sad situation. You know, I'm not going to threaten you. I don't need to. But let's be clear, the United States has interest, and those interests can be accommodated or they can be not accommodated. And the consequences, believe me, they will be very clear. You're talking about consequences? You think you can talk to the President of the United States and lecture me about consequences? Tell me something. Are you really listening to me, or are you just repeating what your advisors told you? Are you even authorized to negotiate anything? Because it doesn't feel like it. So let's cut the talk. Let's be realistic. What's your bottom line? What are you willing to consider? Because I'm not going to waste my time with fairy tales and empty platitudes. This is about a deal, a tremendous deal. And it's time you started to understand that. So let's hear it. What's the number?
Sir, with all due respect, I am not authorized to discuss numbers. This isn't a transaction to be bartered for. Greenland is not a commodity. It's a part of the Kingdom of Denmark, and its future is not something to be negotiated in this manner. You speak of deals and numbers, but this is about people. It's about their identity, their heritage, and their right to self-determination. Asking me to put a price on that is, frankly, it's deeply disrespectful. I understand you believe Greenland needs help, but imposing your will, threatening consequences, is not how one provides assistance. It's how one fosters resentment and instability. Perhaps, instead of focusing on acquisition, we could explore ways for Denmark and Greenland to work with the United States as partners in areas like climate change, infrastructure development, and sustainable economic growth. Genuine cooperation based on mutual respect would be far more beneficial than any forced arrangement. I'm prepared to discuss those avenues of collaboration, but I will not engage in a discussion that treats Greenland and its people as a bargaining chip. Do you understand?
Honestly, you're lecturing me about respect after that? You know, I'm hearing a lot about respect and self-determination. Very nice words. Very nice words. Very naive. You think you're being clever? You think you can play games with me? Look, I'm hearing a lot of talk about playing games. This isn't a game. This is about reality. And the reality is Greenland needs a lot of help, and it's not getting it from you. You're talking about playing games while Greenland is, what? Slowly disappearing under the ice? This isn't about you. This isn't about your feelings or your delicate sensibilities. This is about a country, a tremendous country, Greenland. It has potential, huge potential, and you're sitting on it, letting it waste away. You're talking about sensibilities. I deal with serious people, generals, smart people. They understand the importance of strength. They understand opportunity. You're not showing me any of that. You're talking about sensibilities while Greenland is what? Stagnating? Slowly crumbling? It's embarrassing. And this partnership idea with me, that's generous of you, very generous. But it's not enough. It's not a deal. It's a consolation prize. You're trying to placate me. You're trying to avoid the real issue. Let's be honest. You don't want to help Greenland. You're afraid of change. You're afraid of progress. You're stuck in the past. And Greenland deserves better. It deserves me. You think you can hide behind these values? These These platitudes, I see through it. I see right through it. You're trying to manipulate me. You're trying to play me. You know, I could get Greenland easily, very easily. The best people tell me so. It would be tremendous. It would be a triumph, but I don't want to have to. I prefer deals. I prefer cooperation. I like things to be easy. So let's try this again. You're listening to me, right? You're really listening? Because I'm not going to repeat myself. Let's cut the talking. Let's be realistic. You want to keep Greenland? Fine. But what's the price? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to give? So tell me, really tell me, because I'm running out of patience. And believe me, you don't want me to run out of patience. What's your offer? And don't give me any more of this nonsense about values.
Sir, with the utmost respect, demanding a price for Greenland as if it were a commodity to be bought and sold demonstrates a fundamental misunderstanding of the relationship between our nations and the values we hold dear. It's not a matter of what I can give, but what is right. The people of Greenland are not for sale. Their future is not a bargaining chip. It is their own to determine, and Denmark is committed to supporting that right, regardless of any perceived strategic advantage. Frankly, your approach is not only disrespectful, but counterproductive. It fosters distrust and undermines the very principles of international cooperation that are essential for addressing the complex challenges facing our world. If you are genuinely interested in helping Greenland, then let us focus on building a partnership based on mutual respect and shared goals. Let us explore avenues for sustainable development, climate resilience, and economic empowerment in collaboration with the Greenlandic people themselves. But let me be clear. I will not entertain offers or engage in discussions that treat Greenland as a prize to be won. My duty is to protect the interests and the dignity of the people I represent. And that includes upholding their right to self-determination. Perhaps, before we continue this conversation, you might consider the implications of your actions and the message they send to the world. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Well, I appreciate the lecture. Really, I do. Very nice words. But let's be honest with each other. You're talking like this is some kind of morality play, a fairy tale. The real world doesn't work that way. You keep throwing around this self-determination nonsense. You think that's going to stop me? You think a few words on a piece of paper are going to stand in the way of American interests? Please, look, I've dealt with tougher situations than this. I've stared down some very nasty people, and they didn't. We're all listening to pretty speeches either. They wanted what they wanted, and they got it. You're talking about American interests? Those are very important, very, very important. And Greenland is an opportunity, a tremendous opportunity. And I don't like letting opportunities pass me by. You're playing with me. You think you're being clever? You think you can lecture the President of the United States? Please. I'm the President. I make the decisions. And let's be clear, I'm not threatening you. Not yet. But I am letting you know I'm the President. I have options, many, many options. And you wouldn't believe how many options I have. You think a few pretty words are going to change that? You think I'm going to let some sentimental notion about values stand in the way of a strategic advantage? Look, you're wasting my time. Really, you're being very disrespectful of my time. I have a country to run, a tremendous country. And I can't be having this kind of conversation. So let's cut to the chase. What do you want? What's it going to take? What are you willing to do to avoid complications? And don't give me any more of this values talk. That's for the weak. I deal in results. So tell me, what's the number? Because I'm not going to ask again. Are you listening?
Sir, with the deepest respect, persistently demanding a number, as if reducing a nation's sovereignty to a transaction reveals a profound lack of understanding, not just of international relations, but of basic human decency. You speak of a lack of understanding. Perhaps it is you who is failing to grasp the fundamental principle that Greenland is not a possession to be acquired, but a people with their own aspirations and rights. This isn't about me or Denmark or even a deal. In the way you seem to conceive it, it's about upholding the values we claim to share: freedom, self-determination, and respect for the dignity of all people. Continuing this line of questioning is not productive. It is, frankly, insulting. It undermines the very foundations of trust and cooperation that are essential for addressing the shared challenges we face. Instead of pursuing a path that leads to resentment and instability, I implore you to reconsider your approach. Let us focus on building a partnership based on mutual respect and shared goals. Let us work together to create a future where Greenland can thrive, not as a possession, but as a valued member of the international community. But let me be unequivocally clear. I will not participate in a negotiation that reduces the people of Greenland to a commodity to be bought and sold. My duty is to protect their interests and their right to chart their own destiny. Do you understand that? Or do you require me to repeat myself?
Look, I appreciate the lecture. Really, I do. Very Danish of you. But you're missing the point. You're being very, very naive. You keep talking about missing the point. What point? The point is Greenland is strategically important, tremendously important, and you're sitting on it, letting it rust. You think I don't know what I'm doing? You think I got it by being polite? I deal with the best people, the smartest people, and they tell me Greenland is a tremendous asset, a tremendous opportunity. You're talking about rusting. Greenland hasn't been thriving, have you? It's been struggling. People are leaving. It needs help, real help, and you're not giving it. And let's be clear, this isn't about me. It's about America. It's about strength. It's about opportunity, and Greenland represents all of those things. You're lecturing me. I'm the president. I decide what's best for America. And right now, what's best for America is having Greenland. You think I'm going to let a few platitudes stop me? You think I'm going to be dictated to by some Danish notions of what's right, please? And let's be honest, you're afraid. Wow, you're afraid of what I can do. You're afraid of what America can do. So let's stop with the games. Let's be realistic. What's it going to take? What are you willing to do to avoid trouble? Because believe me, trouble is a very unpleasant thing. Very unpleasant. And I'm not going to ask again. So what's the number? Are you understanding me now?
You are hearing a demand, not a conversation. You are being threatened, not reasoned with. And frankly, that is profoundly disrespectful, not just to me, but to the people of Greenland and to the principles upon which international relations should be based. You speak of principles. It seems you're the one conveniently forgetting them when it suits your purpose. It is not my place, nor my right, to assign a number to a nation's sovereignty. It is not a commodity to be bartered. It's a people with their own history, their own culture, their own aspirations. You say you are seeing a demand. I see a lack of respect, a misunderstanding of the very nature of our partnership, and a profound ignorance of the will of the Greenlandic people. They have spoken. They desire self-determination. They desire partnership based on mutual respect. They do not desire to be treated as a prize. You mention my lack of respect. I suggest you examine your own actions, your threats, your disregard for the values you claim to uphold. It's a dangerous precedent to set, to suggest that a nation's worth can be measured in dollars and cents. You speak of Greenland needing help. And yes, it does. But the greatest help we can offer is not a transaction, but a true partnership. An investment in their future. Not a takeover, assistance that empowers them to chart their own course, not dictates it. I understand you believe you are acting in the best interests of your nation, but I implore you to reconsider your approach, to listen to the voices of the Greenlandic people, to embrace the principles of mutual respect and self-determination. To suggest I respond with a number is to misunderstand the very essence of our relationship. I will not play that game. I will not entertain that proposition. My duty is to protect the interests and the dignity of the people I represent. And that includes upholding their right to self-determination. Are you truly listening? Or are you simply determined to ignore the truth?
Well, look, I appreciate the lecture. Really, I do. Very pious of you. But you're not getting it, are you? You're talking in circles. You think I want to do this. You think I enjoy these complicated situations. It's been a lot of work, a tremendous amount of work, but it got a country to run, a tremendous country. You're lecturing me about complicated situations. I deal with the toughest situations, the worst people, and they don't respond to lectures. They respond to results. You keep bringing up the Greenlandic people. I understand they've been led to believe certain things, misguided. Frankly, they're being taken advantage of by you, by your weak policies. And let's be clear, this isn't about me wanting something. It's about what's necessary, what's best for America. And America needs Greenland for security, for resources, for the future. You talk about weak policies, you've let Greenland stagnate. You've let it fall behind. And now you've got the nerve to lecture me? Look, I'm not going to waste any more time with this. You're not understanding. You're being obstructionist, very obstructionist. And that doesn't work for me. I'm offering you a solution, a very generous solution, a solution that benefits everyone. But you're too busy with your moralizing. So let's cut the pleasantries. Let's be real. This is about power. It's about security. And America is a very powerful nation. And I'm not asking for permission. I made up my mind. So one last time, what's the number? Because I'm getting very tired of this conversation. Don't make me repeat myself. Do you understand anything?
You are mistaken. I am not obstructing. I am defending the right of a people to determine their own destiny. You speak of power and security, but true security lies not in domination, but in respect, in building partnerships based on mutual trust and understanding. You claim the Greenlandic people are misguided. It is you who is failing to see the truth. They are not naive. They are resilient. They are proud. And they have spoken clearly. They do not want to be a commodity. They want to be partners. You speak of a generous solution. But what is generous about stripping a people of their sovereignty? What is generous about dictating their future? That is not generosity. That is coercion. You claim to be offering a solution to their stagnation, but the greatest stagnation comes from imposing your will upon them, from denying them the opportunity to shape their own future. The greatest strength lies in empowerment, not imposition. You state you are not asking for permission, but you are disregarding the very principles upon which international relations are built. You are dismissing the voices of a people. You are undermining the foundations of trust and cooperation. I am not disregarding your power. I am appealing to your sense of responsibility, to your understanding of the importance of upholding international law, to your belief in the dignity of all people. You ask if I understand anything. I understand perfectly. You are choosing a path of conflict, a path of mistrust, a path that will ultimately lead to resentment and instability. I will not participate in this game. I will not entertain this proposition. My duty is to protect the interests and the dignity of the people I represent. And that includes upholding their right to self-determination. You may believe you have made up your mind, but I implore you to reconsider, to listen to the voices of the Greenlandic people, to embrace the principles of mutual respect and self-determination. Because the number you seek will not be found in dollars and cents. It will be found in the trust and cooperation of a people. And that is a price you cannot afford to ignore. Do you truly wish to continue down this path?
Look, I'm not listening to this anymore. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You're lecturing me about trust and cooperation. You're talking about principles. I'm trying to run a country here, a great country, and you're standing in my way. You think you're so smart, don't you? With your fancy words and your high-minded ideals. But the world doesn't work like that. The world is tough, and if you want to be a leader, you have to be tough too. You keep talking about the Greenlandic people. They're being manipulated. They don't understand what's good for them. They're being played by weak politicians who don't have the guts to do what's right. You think you can stop me? You think a few lectures are going to change my mind? I'm the President of the United States. I can do whatever I want. And let's be honest, you're afraid. You're afraid of what I can do. You're afraid of what America can do. And you should be afraid. This isn't about Greenland. It's been about power. It's been about security. And America is the most powerful nation on earth. You can keep your lectures. You can keep your principles. I'm moving forward. And if you try to stop me, well, you'll regret it very much. So one last time, and you better understand this time, what's the number? Because I'm not having this conversation again. And don't think I'm bluffing. Do you get it now?
It appears we've reached an impasse. A disheartening one, to be sure. It seems the opportunity for reasoned discourse has faded, replaced by a relentless pursuit of power that disregards the voices and rights of others. I've done my duty advocating for what I believe is right and just, but it seems that approach is not welcome here. I won't engage further. I won't offer a number. I won't participate in a transaction that reduces a people to a mere statistic. My responsibility lies in upholding principles, not in acquiescing to coercion. This has been a deeply concerning exchange, a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the importance of safeguarding the rights of those who cannot defend themselves. It's a sad conclusion, but one I cannot compromise. And now, dear listeners, it's time to say goodbye. I trust you found this unusual dialogue, at least, diverting. Please remember, however, that what you've just experienced was a purely fictional radio play, thoughtfully crafted by JELSTUDIO. The entire conversation was generated by AI models, a testament to their capabilities, but not a reflection of any real-world situation. It was created for your entertainment, a playful exploration of hypothetical scenarios. Thank you for listening. I hope you will carry a thought for the importance of respecting international relations and the self-determination of all people. Farewell.
Sound of a sharp intake of breath, a slight rustling of papers. Well, that's just ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. Honestly, I'm not even going to bother responding to any more of that drivel. It's a complete waste of my time. A dismissive chuckle, all this talk of principles and respect. It's quaint. Very quaint. Someone needs a reality check. The world doesn't run on sentimentality. It runs on strength, on decisive action. And that's what I intend to deliver. Sound of a chair scraping back. I won't waste any more breath arguing with someone who refuses to understand the realities of power. It's clear that certain perspectives are simply unpersuaded. Sound of footsteps receding. Right then, let's wrap this up. Listeners, I trust you found this exercise interesting. It's important to remember this entire affair, all these heated exchanges and fictional debates was just a radio play, a production by JELSTUDIO meant to be diverting, pure entertainment, a short clipped pause. Now, about the possibility of Greenland, well, let's just say the situation remains fluid. Things might just happen or they might not. That's all I'm saying. Sound of a door closing firmly. Goodbye, and have a pleasant evening. And remember to stay strong, very strong.
All text was unscripted and procedurally generated on the fly by artificial intelligence models. All voices, including mine, were spoken by the Chatterbox text-to-speech system prepared by JELSTUDIO. The end.